Stars on Stage is 'n Nederlands televisieprogramma dat sent 5 Januarie 2024 voor RLT4 word uitgezonden. Het programma word gerepresenteer deur Jamai Luman en Buddy Vedder. Die worden bygestaan deur resensenten Albert Verlinde en Paul de Leeuw. Het programma word geproduseer deur Medialyn. That was hectic. Yes! I love him so much. Cool voice, again connected, but much more breath flowing.
You don't want a mic stand just hanging around.
I keep me where the light is.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time, a special welcome to you. And if you're a really, I can't speak. Let me probeer again. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time, a special welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for clicking on the video, where we are going to discuss, of course, Emma Kok. She is one of my favorite young singers in the world that I'm aware of. And you might be aware, if you've been following my channel for a while, that I came across Emma when she sang Voila. Voila, 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 da, 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 da. A few years ago with Andre Rieu and his orchestra. I think it was just a beautiful moment. That video of hers and him together performing this song has got over 100 million views on YouTube. It's been downloaded so many times on all the digital platforms. Actually, interesting, fun fact, that song was the Eurovision Song Contest entry of France the year before they turned it into the semi sort of classical version. So anyway, that's when my path crossed with Emma's, and I've been a fan ever since, following her career and seeing many different performances. I've actually made a bunch of videos on Emma, so check it out on the channel, please. So, recently, I made a video where I compared 3 young singers on AGT or BGT singing Defying Gravity from the musical Wicked. Now, that song is very frequently used on shows like that because it's a very impressive song to manage. If you can pull it off, it says a lot about you as a singer. However, often young singers sing it. So the 3 girls that I'm comparing in the other video, I'll put the link down below. The one is 11, the one is 12, and the one is 13. And it's very interesting to see how they compare. They're all young, but at that age, a year makes a big difference in terms of maturity, how tall they are, how tall their vocal folds have become, in other words, also how much skill they have developed, their technical ability to sing both low and high. And then also, when you sing something from a musical, you don't tell a story when you sing a song from a musical. You are the story. So the difference between a pop song where you tell a story and a music theatre song is that you are the character. So in musicals, instead of the characters speaking, they are saying something, but instead of them speaking it, they are singing it. So it's still the character, it's still the actor, right? So you have to be an actor when you perform something from a musical. And I really want to commend you to check out that video that I did, because those 3 girls on varying levels did better and not so good at different aspects of performing a song like that. And then also the song has technical demands. In D flat, it has the high E flat 5. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And sometimes the F5. So that's quite high, especially for a young voice to sing in a music theatre-y kind of way. Strong and full. And then it also has a low A flat 3. 1, 2, 3. So That, and then also the maturity that you need when you sing something from a musical that wasn't written for a child character. So if you, for instance, are 11 and you sing Castle on a Cloud from Les Miserables, then that makes a lot of sense because the character in the movie is 8 years old or 8 or 9 years old. But when you sing a song from a musical by an adult character, you have to try and understand what the character goes through. And that sometimes, more often than not, requires some life experience, which most of the time 11, 12, 13-year-olds don't have. So, very interesting. So here's young Emma on this television program. I apologize, my Dutch audience. I tried to read off Wikipedia about the show. Afrikaans, my home language, is similar to Dutch, but I'm sure I failed here and there. But yeah, it's a television show that in Holland they do. They started in 2024 and then continued this year in 2025, where every week they bring some celebrity onto the stage. They give them a song to sing, and they have a vocal coach, they have a performance coach, and they try to turn them into a bit of a musical number, Which in Emma's case, of course, is easier because she's already a very, very good singer. But let us see what Emma did, knowing her skill, knowing her experience, knowing how beautiful her voice is, knowing everything about her. Let's see how she interpreted this incredible song, Defying Gravity.
Met Defying Gravity uit Wicked is hier Emma!
Original key, D flat.
Something has changed within me.
Change.
Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts. Close my eyes
and leave. Yeah, so let's talk about the opening. Firstly, she has a headset mic because as a music theatre singer, you're an actor and you want your hands free. To use. You don't want to hold a mic if you're going to do it in a more stylistically correct way. So I see the headset mic there. So she starts gently as the song demands. Something has changed within me. She sings that A flat very gently in what I call a half voice. Half voice literally meaning it's not a full voice. It's not something has changed within me. It's a half voice, but it's not a breathy voice. It's just a smaller sound. And then she sings the low, not the same, the low A flat, so beautifully under her control. Of course, at this stage in Emma's life, she's 17 years old. So she is more mature. She has grown more. She's turned into a beautiful young woman. You might know about her condition. She has a terrible illness that in layman's terms, excuse me, in layman's terms, she was born with a paralyzed stomach. So all her nutrition needs to be administered through a tube, which is just terrible. So I think Emma is quite small, a tiny frame for her age, ever since I saw her the first time at 15, 2 years ago. And I think it might have something to do with her illness. But still, she's 17. She's gone through maybe her biggest growth spurt as an adolescent, which means her vocal folds probably finished growing by now. So it's becoming a mature voice, which gives her an advantage over the 11, 12, 13-year-olds that I'm talking about and that I discussed in the other video. So, excuse me. So the lower notes are more under her control. It's easier physiologically, but also she has the skill to do it. And here's the thing. Every word she says is very clear. That means she sings well. Because every sound in every word is energized by breath. If you've watched many of my videos, you may be sick and tired of hearing me say that, but I'm not getting sick and tired of it because I still, almost on a daily basis, hear singers that play on the radio or that stream, and they are well-established, big artists, and you can't hear everything they say because they style the sound so much for a certain creative, expressive effect that you actually cannot hear what they say. So to me, that is beautifully, beautifully done. And now she's going to go into the chorus, not really a chorus, but let's hear it.
And leap, it's time to try.
So controlled.
Defying gravity. I think I'll try defying gravity, and you can't pull me down.
And you can pull me down. That's the first time so far that she's used a full voice. She's making the sound stronger, so there's more breath flowing. She's making the vowels a little bit brighter, so it's a bit more definitive, which is connected to the character. The character is, you can bring me down. I'm sick and tired of this, you know? So she's definitely connected to the character and the story in the way she sings it here. But up to there, think I'll try defying gravity's all half voice, but so well controlled. So half voice higher means it's not breathy, because if it's higher and it's breathy, it's called falsetto or a breathy sound. So she doesn't sing it breathy, just softer. To sing high soft is the most unnatural thing for the vocal folds to do, right? If you go high, like help, like if you're anxious or scared or mad, your pitch is high, but it's loud. That's the most natural state of operation for this area here. So to sing higher, it's not super high, but higher in that register change area for a female voice, and do it softly and so controlled, sign of skill, absolutely.
I'm through accepting limits.
Limits.
Because someone says they're so. Some things I cannot change, but till I try, I'll never know. Too long I've been afraid of losing love. I guess I've lost. Well, if that's love, it comes at much too high a cost.
Okay, there she goes. Full voice. The character is very emotional, very intentional with what she's saying in the story, and so is Emma in the way she delivers it. And did you notice that at the beginning of this little section, she modified the melody slightly? Now that can be dangerous in, let's call it classical musicals, meaning My Fair Lady, The Sound of Music, The Wizard of Oz, all those older musicals. You can't really deviate from the melody. You sort of have to sing it the way it's written. It's almost like opera. You understand that from opera in the 19th century developed this genre. Well, first there were operettas, which was like operas but a bit lighter in theme and a bit lighter in musical style, that the composer wrote it in a way that's a little bit more accessible to more people. And then out of operetta developed music theatre. And but in an opera, that's what I wanted to say. In an opera, they cast a voice. Also in music theatre, but not always. In opera, if you're a Helden tenor, then there are certain opera roles that is written for your voice type, and that's all you sing. If you're a baritone, that's what you do. If you're a mezzo-soprano, that's what you do. There are certain roles. You can't sing Mozart or Rossini or whoever's opera and change the notation. Does that make sense? So in some of these more established or older musicals, you can't really change it. Wicked is a more contemporary musical, 21st century, so I don't know if it was written last century actually, but anyway, it's more contemporary. It's also a contemporary style of music. It's a pop style of music, right? I think it's acceptable to change up the melody a little bit here and there. But if you do it at the cost of what it's saying, or at the cost of the musical / emotional effect that the original melody is supposed to have, then it's a fail. So some people change up the melody because they can't sing the lows or the highs. That's not what she did. It's in the middle range. She changed it up a little bit to make it a bit stronger, and I think it was beautifully done. And now she's going to do something interesting. She's going to pull back in this middle bit, which is not normally done. Normally it just keeps building. But I think her and the producers, the musical arrangers, they probably worked together and decided to make it small again so that it can go big towards the end. So let's see. Less instrumentation. Ying! Bright sound. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Look at my goosebumps. The reason that connects so well with me, I don't know if you agree, is because she's so into the character. She's so into the story. Look to the western sky. That high F6, 5. Full voice, very bright vowels. Not pushed, not belting, seamlessly flowing through those highs and into the middle again, and no register change issues where the voice wants to do things in a different way. And you are so engrossed as the viewer, well, I am. I'm so engrossed in her performance. In other words, how well she's performing. Remember that singing well and performing well are two things. Two different things. You can sing well but have very little performance skill. Then it's not fun to watch you sing. It might be enjoyable to hear you sing, like on a recording, okay? But if you sing well, you have a beautiful tone color and you have excellent skills, muscular skill, and you perform well, that's when this happens. That's when you really feel the emotional connection to the song. She has just developed such beautiful skills. It's always a pleasure and very enjoyable to listen to her, but also to watch her perform.
And nobody in all of us, no wizard that there is or was, is ever gonna bring me
Come on now. That is brilliant. That's brilliantly done. She sings those high Fs between the D flat and the F numerous times with consistency, with control, with exactly the expression she wants to convey. And that facial expression. And did you also notice how many times she spoke the lyrics like that? That is very appropriate. You can do that, even though in those places there is a melody in the score, in the musical score. If you speak it, but you do it with such conviction and it's in line with the character and the story, it just brings the audience with you into the story and you feel like, yeah, nothing will bring you down. Come on now, you know? So, yeah, I just think it's beautiful. And, I admire Emma for all the reasons I mentioned already in this analysis, but also she's campaigning for research. And as I understand it, also raising money for research for this illness that she has. What a noble and beautifully human thing that she's doing. As she gets a larger and larger platform, more and more influence, guess what? She's making people aware. I've seen many shorts of her, on YouTube and TikTok and stuff, where she's doing her own feeding and showing people what it looks like, and where she's exercising, showing people that she's working hard to keep herself fit and strong and healthy and in good shape. I think that's just stunning. So I'm a massive fan of her as a human, and I'm a massive fan of her as a singer and a performer. Really, really love this interpretation of Defying Gravity. What do you think about it? Actually, I want to challenge you. Go and watch my other video with the 3 other young singers, and then watch this again. And hopefully you will understand what I'm talking about in terms of maturity, skill set, frame of reference, connection to the character and the story, and all of that. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, please remember that your voice matters.